Disappointing game, obviously. Got to give credit to Washington, second half. I mean, they scored at will on us. And then as we fought back into it, I thought at a couple of key moments we fell apart, which has been something that's cost us in the past. I thought we had moved past that in the last month, but it was tough. And I'm not going to make any apologies to our guys as far as where we're at, because we've learned enough lessons. And it's hard on the situation we're in, but that's where tough teams, character teams, come together and find a way to pull it out. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do that tonight.
Wayne, what do you feel like are the pieces that are going to help your team put together a full 40-minute effort at this point?
Jess, we got to come together. We've got to be more cohesive, and it's not just game time. We got to make it more about the team, and not anything individual, and that will lead to trust and consistency defensively, to where we have each other's backs and we don't let a team shoot the percentage. Now this is a couple in a row, a few in a row, time and time again, shots right at the rim. And then offensively, I mean, if we shoot it a little better, we score enough points. We scored enough points to win. We got to defend, Jess. We got to defend, and it comes from pride. It comes from give a crap, toughness, and we're just unfortunately we didn't have enough of those things tonight.
Xavier, Washington sort of exposed a weak point in your defense right now, where you're allowing a lot of scoring close to the basket. Is that feel like that's a communication thing right now, or what do you point to?
I mean, just like Coach said, we gotta come together more as a team and just focus more defensively, especially down the stretch, and holding each other accountable for things. And that's about it. But going forward, we'll get better.
Wayne, you guys hammered this team last year, and now you're just coming off a 3-game stretch, probably the three of the 4 best teams in the league. Do you think maybe you guys took the Huskies a little lightly tonight?
I'd sure be disappointed. I mean, we're not in a position we can look past anybody, and we've told our guys that they've done a really nice job and have been playing much better of late. They're obviously a much better team, or at least more cohesive team than they were a year ago. A lot more character. I mean, I would be shocked if anybody went up there thinking that this was going to be a walk in the park, because that certainly wasn't the message. And it's not how we practiced. We've had some really good practices this week.
There was a moment in the first half where you guys had a chance to really take control. You got the foul on Davis there. What did you see on that play? You put the press on. You got a couple of trap steals. Got up 5. Then you got Davis on that foul that was kind of.
I can't remember that one.
Remember, they had to go to the monitor and look at see what happened. Davis went backwards.
Our Davis?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about their
You
Davis.
were up by 5 and got the.
Yeah, what they called it, they said we got into the cylinder of the offensive player, and then they said on the pivot, and I saw it as it happened. He had both hands on the ball and did a good aggressive pivot like you should in a trap. His arms were not out like that, which would have made it illegal. I thought he made a good pivot, and the official told me that it didn't touch our guy, so there was no flare, and it just kind of grazed a little bit away from it. But letting them score that basket on the last possession was disheartening a little bit, because we knew they were going to go pick and roll, and we just didn't square it, and got an angle to score that too. I thought get a little bit of momentum for them going into halftime.
Wayne, it seemed like every run that you guys went on, every big shot you made, they had an answer. Does that just kind of go back to the defensive struggles you mentioned earlier? For sure. We just gang, we've got to find a way to come together. And it's what we said in the locker room. We are fighting tooth and nail to get this team to do this. And I'm not going to talk about all the reasons, but we've had enough. And we've got to make sure every day in practice
every time we're in film, anytime we're in class, anytime we're out in the community, anytime we're lifting, anytime we're eating, anytime we're studying, we're carrying ourselves like the way the Beavers need to carry ourselves. And until we get to that point, we're just not gonna be able to achieve what we need to achieve.
Roman, as a team, as you're looking to turn the corner here, I mean, how much does this come down to just player leadership and kind of taking control here?
Yeah, I mean, leadership is huge right now for us, when it comes down to is, it's a lack of awareness on certain things, a lack of, really, I hate to say it, sometimes it's a lack of effort, some guys aren't, paying attention, and so, yeah, leadership plays a big role, we gotta be better at that.
For some reason, we were in a fog at times. A play to start the half, which is not something we drew up, it's something that we've run, or a defense out of a timeout. And and again, without making excuses, I know our guys are backs against the wall, a lot of pressure, a lot of stuff out there, and it ain't fun. But the only way you get through it is to pull together, to keep fighting, to ignore the noise, like we've done most every year. And that's what we have to get to with this team, anyway, anyhow. And we'll keep scrapping until we do it.
Roman, did it feel like you guys just kind of lacked some emotion out there tonight, especially in the second half?
Yeah, I think you could say that, I think, we warmed up really well, started the game pretty well, but, coming down the stretch in the second half, they hit some big shots, and they made some, timely shots, and it's deflating a little bit, so it kind of does suck the air out of the room a little bit. But we gotta be better at that. We gotta be better at drawing, energy from ourselves, so, just another thing.
We just gotta, you guys see it, you've watched us enough. Our 1-3-1's not near as energetic or aggressive as we've been. Our 2-3, and we tried to go to those things, and they made us pay. Give them credit. And I knew with Coach Hop out, I knew they were gonna rally for him. And we told our guys to use that against them, their aggressiveness. I'm happy. We turned it over a little too much in the first half. Ended up with 12, even points off turnovers, which was a key. But there's going to be some interesting things we see in film. But again, until we get some of these other issues dialed in and putting the team first, it's going to be a grind, and we've got to focus as a staff and as a team to get there. Yeah, thanks. Go Beavs.